All right, welcome to the Tracker tutorial. So here I've got Tracker opened up, and I've actually installed not the newest version. This is the second to the newest version. For some reason I couldn't get the newest one to work correctly. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import a video. So I'm going to go up to Video, and I'm going to click Import. And over here, I've actually already got some videos that I made using the QuickTime screencast software that should just be on your Mac if you've got QuickTime. So these videos that I made from Angry Birds, here's one. I'm just going to pull it in, and I'm going to open it up. And there it is. So let's just make this bigger so we can see better. So here's our video. If we want to, we can pull this and move forwards or backwards in our video. And over on the left, it tells us which frame in the video we're looking at. I can also just click play, and it'll take me through the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the computer which part of the video we actually care about. And for us, that's going to be the part when our projectile is really actually in the air. So why don't we start it right there? And this is at 351 frames. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to tell it that we should start at 351. And then we want to end at, like say right there. And that's 599 frames. So let's end it here. And all that does is just make it easier so we don't need to worry about trying to find the exact time it's shot and the exact time it lands. So here. So this section right here is the part that we care about. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a point mass. And that point mass is going to represent our projectile. So there, I just click Create Point Mass. And now we're going to use the auto tracking function to follow our point mass as it moves across the screen. So right here, this is the auto tracker. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now, over here, I'm going to have to select that I want this to be our point mass. So first thing, I'm going to zoom in just to get a better look. And I'm using two fingers, dragging on the mouse pad to zoom in. So here's our bird. And in order to track it, we have to create a template which just tells the computer what the bird actually looks like. So to make a template, I'm going to click Shift and Control together. See how if I just push Shift and it makes the square. But if I do Shift Control, it makes a circle. And that's what I want. And then click. So here, this little section right here, the top of the bird, where the top of the bird touches the sky, that's what I'm going to try to actually track. So actually, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do the beak. And now let's keep it there. Okay, so I'm going to try to track this little spot here. And then up here, this template, you see how it shows this bit in this circle? I'm actually going to change it though, because we don't want the slingshot. Just the sky and then the bird. So something like that. Okay. So now we've told it to look for this. And now what we can do is if we push search next, what the computer does is it finds in the next frame, it finds this spot. So if I keep clicking search next, it keeps following that spot that we picked. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. But it actually looks like it's starting to get off just a little bit. The farther we go, it's dropping down a little bit. Actually, no, it's not. That's pretty good. And the cool thing about this is we actually don't have to click our way through it. We can just click search, and the computer automatically keeps tracking what we put in the template. So let's just let it work. It looks like it's working really well. Yeah. Going. You can drag it around and watch it as it's tracking. So by tracking, what we're actually doing is we are looking from frame to frame, and the computer is recording all of those positions that match our template. Okay, and we're done. We're done tracking. So I'm going to go ahead and close the auto tracker. And remember what I did, why don't we just move back a little bit, is I made a template doing Control-Shift-Click right around what I wanted to track, and then I clicked the search button, and that's what made the computer automatically look for the position in the next frame where our template appeared. And it just does that over and over and over again, and it records all of those positions of our template. So now what we can do is, if we look over here, it's actually made a graph for us. Here it's giving us our X position versus time. And if we want, we can actually change this and look at some of our different variables. Like here's X velocity versus time, Y velocity versus time. And if we want to do more with the graphs, we can actually Control-click this whole graph, and we can click Analyze. And then what we can do, if we click Analyze, Curve Fits, we can try fitting different types of functions onto our graphs. And if we wanted to, we could change this. Actually, back here, if we change to a velocity graph, then we could do the same thing with a velocity graph. And we can do things like get the slope of our line. So that is how to use Tracker, and this should be really everything you need to know for us to use Tracker in this class. All right, I hope you guys are having or have had a good break. Yeah, all right, can't wait to get to work on this with you guys.